Hi, today I'm going to be doing a potjie pot on my Cobb grill, and here's my potjie. In case you don't know what it is, it's a cast iron pot that's South African in origin, which is perfect because my Cobb grill is also South African in origin. I didn't even realize that I could do it on the Cobb grill until I watched a video by one of my favorite Cobb cooking YouTubers, a channel named Argard, Ahrgard, and he does some really nice Cobb cooking videos and some other things as well. But there's not too many people doing Cobb videos on YouTube, and he's probably one of the best. But anyway, the potjie pot, mine is in size number 1, and there's one size smaller. There's a half, and they go up to humongous sizes if you want them, depending on how much food you're going to be preparing with. There's just 2 of us, so the size 1 pot has been plenty big enough for that. So today, by the way, the food that comes out of the potjie is called Potjiekos. So today, that's what I'm going to be making, is a chicken Potjiekos. It was one of the first ones I ever did when I first got the pot, and it's become one of our favorites. So I'll take you in the house and show you what I'll have by way of ingredients, and we'll get started. Well, here's what I have for ingredients. Of course, the star of the show is the chicken, and I've got 4 chicken thighs, which I've washed and trimmed, and then sprinkled liberally with McCormick's Montreal chicken seasoning. And I have 2 red potatoes. These are the red Norlands from my garden, and I'm going to chop those into chunks just before I put them in the pot. I don't want them to turn brown and get icky on me, so I'll wait just before I put them in to do that. And then I've got about a half a pound of button mushrooms, small ones, and about 2 good-sized carrots cut into kind of bite-sized pieces, fairly good size, not too small. And then there'll be a tablespoon of my green tomato chutney from last year. This stuff is really good. Thank you, Brendan. And then there's 3/4 cup of boiling water into which I put a chicken stock cube. And then in this little bowl there's some spices consisting of ground black pepper, sort of to taste. I guess I have probably about a half a tablespoon or half a teaspoon in there. And then a pinch of allspice and a pinch of dried thyme, ground allspice, by the way. And then there's a bay leaf. And the theory behind cooking in the potjie pot is you layer things in there, and you don't stir them up. You just layer one on top of the other, and you sort of put them in the order of how long they will cook. So the meat goes in first, the chicken in this case, and then on top of that will go the carrots. On top of that carrots will go the potatoes, and on top of the potatoes will go the mushrooms. And then you just leave it alone, cover it up, and let it cook. So that's what I'll be doing. Next step now would be to go out and fire up the Cobb and get things going. Okay, I've got 14 charcoal briquettes. These are just plain Kingsford everyday briquettes. They seem to work very well in the Cobb, so I use them. And we'll just light. I got some fire starters down in here. And I'll light them up. Let that get going a little teeny bit, and then I'll put the charcoal on top of it. And about 15-20 minutes later, this should be ready to go. So we'll be back. It's glowing good now, so I'm going to put this together and let things start to get warm. I'll back out just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. First I'll put this is actually my griddle. This would probably work better with a fry pan attachment, but I don't have one of those, so I'll make do. And then I'll put the potjiekos on there so it can start to get nice and warm. Put my extension on, and let me get that on straight here. And the top. And we're going to let that all heat up good for, maybe 10 minutes. And we'll be back to brown up the chicken. I'm going to add just a dollop of cooking oil, let it start to get hot in there too. And maybe a tablespoon. Let that get hot and put the chicken in. Okay. Time to put the chicken in. I'll start them out skin side down. And then flip them over after a little while. Okay. Flip them over. I'm just trying to brown them up a bit at this point. I'll probably flip them a couple more times before I'm done here. Okay, well that's browning on that side. I'm going to go in and chop those potatoes up. One more flip. Ooh. Well, it's starting to smell really good. And all it is the chicken. I'm probably going to cook them skin side down, so that might be the last flip. Okay, we'll give it about 5 minutes and then I will start to load up the pot. Okay. That looks pretty good. So the first thing in are the spices and the chutney. Here's the spice mixture. And a nice, about a little better than a tablespoon of the chutney. The bay leaf. And mix that around just a little bit. The shape of the pot draws the liquid down to the bottom. So you put the spices at the bottom and then it infuses with the liquid. And then we'll sprinkle the carrots on top of that. Don't forget that you want to layer this. And kind of in the order that the food will cook. And on top of the carrots, we're going to go to potatoes. Spread them around evenly if I can. Now you don't really want to stir at this point. From here on you don't stir any longer. And on top of the whole wad go the mushrooms. So I'm just going to dump them in there and then kind of scoot them around. And finally, the water in the chicken cube. And you want to heat the water. You don't want to put cold in a hot pot because the cast iron could crack. So you always want to add your liquids hot. Then I'm going to put the potjie pot top on and the Cobb top on. Now that's going to cook for about an hour and a half. So I'm going to go have a glass of wine or something while I'm waiting, and we'll be back. Well, it's been an hour and a half, so I think it's done. In fact, I know it's done. So let us bring it in. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. Ooh, boy, does that smell good. Ooh, my. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, I'm going to dig down in there and get one of those chicken thighs, amongst other things. Maybe 2 chicken thighs. On this plate, anyway. And look at that, meat's just falling off the bone. Oh, so good. Okay, here we go. Mmm. That is super. Okay. I'm going to eat now, or we're going to eat now. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.